Hello travelers, Boardman21 here, and today we have some exciting news. EHG has finally given us our first teaser for patch 8.1, and in it we have the title New Year, New Patch, New Mods. And it starts off with to start 2021 with a bang, patch 8.1 will introduce significant itemization changes. Among these changes will be new modifiers which raise the current and maximum levels of skills. Now, this is something that we have been asking for a long time, and a lot of people have been on the fence about, something that a lot of people have said will be hard to balance. However, a lot of us have said that it's kind of something needed to take diversity and build definition to the next level. Not to mention that itemization in general needs a lot of changes, as crafting your gear and the gear chase in general is just really a very underwhelming, not exciting experience in Last Epoch at the moment. Now, this isn't going to be the only itemization change, as it says that this is just one among many changes. So, what else do you think is going to change? Feel free to leave a comment below and we'll discuss it. Now, these modifiers will be available on a range of item rarities, and as you can see in the preview below, we have two pictures, and one is of a unique staff while the other is a crafted chest. So it looks like not only will uniques have the possibility to have a role, and I would assume it would only be new uniques or reworked uniques, that can give it to all types of spells of a certain element. For instance, this staff gives +1 to all void spells, and I'm not going to lie, just looking at this, I can't wait to put this bad boy on a void knight and have 5 void spells that all get +1 to skills. On top of what you'll have is a chest that looks like it can raise the level of specific skills individually. Now, whether or not you will only be able to craft this on the chest, whether you'll be able to use both prefixes for it, whether you'll be able to craft it on the helm or other slots, I would assume that the chest might be the only piece. And the reason why is because if you can have it on multiple pieces of gear, there seems like there would have to be a lot of limitations, because if you can get +2 meteor on multiple items, that's a lot of levels that you're getting to one skill. Not to mention if you can put it in a prefix slot and you can have multiple of them, then you can kind of get ridiculous overly powered, because you're talking about a lot of levels to a lot of skills. So I would assume it's probably just the chest, maybe chest and helm, but again, I don't know how rare these are going to be. I don't know if there's a limit. If you get something that gives +1 to all fire spells and something that's specifically to a fire spell like Meteor, do you get 3 levels? Is there a cap on how many levels you're allowed to actually give to one skill individually? These are all questions that weren't answered. Lots of people have been asking, on top of things like, when you remove an item that has a plus to a skill, is it going to actually remove that from the skill? Is snapshotting going to be a thing? How bugged is this going to be? How balanced is this going to be? And for me, one thing that I'm kind of upset about is the fact that this is on chest pieces, because chest pieces and helm pieces are something that are already fighting for two very unique and rare suffixes. And now that we're going to be putting what I would assume is a very rare prefix as well, getting 3 or 4 of the affixes that you want is going to be very hard. And you're also going to almost consider it mandatory, because just looking at this, not only does it give you spell damage in a prefix slot, which is better than a normal just kind of stat roller that you would put on something now, you also get levels to a skill, which just screams way more power than the ability to slap on +8 int or +8 vite or HP regen. So it's definitely looking to be almost a mandatory type thing for an end game, min-maxed build, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Now, it is, however, safe to say that I am very excited to see anything that gives additional levels to skills, just because of the build diversity that you can get from it. Now, moving on out of the facts that we have into something that has been rumored around the community, that is that 8.1 will also be coming with some new endgame content. Now, what form it will take, we do not know, but let's discuss some options. If you think that you know what's coming, go ahead and feel free to put that in the comments below and we'll discuss it. Now, for the current endgame system, everyone knows that it's a bit lacking, and after 8.0 and the Rogue released, there was a slight period of time where Judd had a little teaser in his Discord title that said endgame, 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 which makes you really think that endgame is going to be the next step that they're talking about, since it's something that hasn't been touched very much. Now, there's a few things that they could do. They have been talking about reworking the monolith of fate, as we've seen that they've been asking for ideas and things that could evolve it to a point that makes it more interesting. On top of that, we have blessings that could also see some sort of rework or become, even more powerful than they are. We have the arena. I don't super expect any changes in the arena, but that leaves us with one last option, and that's lost memories. Now, there were other things like Eternity Cache and several other endgame systems that are not on the new website. And I might be speculating to quite a distance here, but granted it is a new website and maybe not everything got transferred over, Lost Memories is the only endgame that's currently on the website that we don't have. And if a new endgame system is coming in 8.1, my bets would be that it would be Lost Memories, as it seems to be the one that they updated first. Now, with Lost Memories, all it says about it is in Last Epoch, you will see and engage with countless stories from world-shattering champions to lowly orphans. Each of these stories leaves its mark in the form of a lost memory. You will find these lost memories in places that are important to the story of these individuals and assemble them to gain unique benefits. Now, as cool as that sounds, it's not very descriptive. We don't know what these benefits are. We don't know how many of them you can have. We don't know exactly how the system works. And even just from the pictures of these, it's hard to tell if this is going to be some sort of passive effect. Like you have pictures of gear, you have pictures of skills, like what looks like Hungering Souls, maybe something on a death effect. It's really hard to tell what these could possibly be, and it's hard to tell how they'll be implemented into your inventory, onto your gear, or how they're even going to work. However, one thing I will say, they kind of look like jewels, which makes me think that they might come side by side with sockets, and maybe it's something that's socketed into gear or socketed into legendaries, if legendaries happen to come in 8.1. However, it's really hard to do anything but speculate on what could be, but if you have any ideas, again, feel free to comment it below and we'll discuss it. Now, at this time, that's all that I have for you about what could possibly be coming and what is coming in 8.1. So as more things get released and as we get more teasers, you can definitely expect another video in which we'll discuss even more new stuff that will be coming in 8.1. Thanks for watching.